Alright, good morning, biologists. Good morning. Okay, so yesterday we started talking about classification and taxonomies, and I want you in your groups to talk about what you remember from yesterday, and there are little sheets on your paper for our notes that we talked about yesterday if you need a refresher. And you have about 1 minute, so go ahead and chat with your groups.
Taxonomy, This is like
I just always think of like the wall chart of like the, like the Homo Venus, Homo erectus, Sean's in the middle or something.
Click on the faces and you get the attendance. See, I'm not on.
That's like small things.
Do you know that Marine is an acronym? My ass rides and maybe examples. Oh yeah. Well, you don't have to say the Army when the pup tent is a rocket. Either for different reasons.
Okay, so now that you've talked in your groups and you've kind of recalled what we talked about yesterday, I want you to go ahead and open up the packets that are on your table. Now that we've talked about the important components of creating a taxonomy, I want you guys to go ahead and create your own taxonomy for the fasteners on the table. You have 4 minutes to put together your taxonomy as a group. And make sure you don't lose the pieces, okay? Because every group needs to have the same ones, okay? Create your hierarchy. So, I think this separate this so this is a big category of neurosafety create your own, so it's in class create your family, species, right?
So this is my question. Can you from this get this? Or can you from this get this? This, like, take this and put it
How's it going?
away. It's not going to take that big.
You guys got it? You understand?
If you take parts of this, we can take parts of this and make this whole thing. If you think, like, if you like melt this.
Make sense? So it's, you know, you're starting with the class of fasteners. Create your family. This is just a list of all of the pieces we have. So, you so maybe okay, 2 more minutes.
It's a good we're all done.
Going? Separated them? Okay, so you guys are set? You got your family, genus, your species, broken down.
Okay, I think we're
Okay. Then you got so we start with the most basic. Yeah. Alright, last minute, one more minute to make your finishing changes to your taxonomy.
So they got
Okay. 30 more seconds. Okay, how your taxonomies are now, we're going to leave them. And I want you guys to go up and look how other groups put together their taxonomies. So you have 1 minute to just kind of look at another group and see how they put it together, right? Yep, so we'll train with another group. Really don't talk with us. Look how they put together their grouping, okay? Yep.
Yeah.
How did you guys put together?
So we said
They're smooth
species, all the different kinds.
Okay.
The genus was like different screws, nails, fasteners, pins.
out of nowhere. I haven't seen anything.
Where's your nails?
Okay.
Right here. Yeah, right here.
I thought you were gonna give me the bird for just a second.
Oh, she
Right
would
here.
possibly do that.
Alright. Let's head back to our table.
Check your teeth.
I want to.
She told me I was number one.
And I was like,
Timing is everything.
Do you guys notice that there was differences between each group's taxonomy? Okay, what were some of the differences you guys noticed with the different taxonomy?
Like for instance, some people separated the screws not only by what they're used for, but also by Phillips versus standard, round head versus flat head, and so on.
Okay. Did you guys notice that somebody classified things differently than you did?
I think the surveys where they had like the triangles, so you could see like essentially where the different families came from.
Yep. So there's different ways to actually organize it in itself, not just by what the function is. They did shapes. Katie?
Some people clumped them together and some split them up more.
Yep. Some different types of, big types of classification ideas. Good. So why don't you talk with your groups about why you chose to do it this way versus another way that the groups did, okay? Take a few minutes, chat with each other.
Well, it took us about 3 minutes to figure it out.
and I think my experience like
It's just easier to break down between nails, tags, screws.
You just put the generic stuff on this, and this would be my.
So you did it by function. Yeah,
We have a big meeting with Alan Horowitz.
Alright, while you're talking with your groups, I want you guys to think about how would your taxonomies change? Would you have to reclassify things if I gave you Velcro, buckles, and zippers to add to your classification for fasteners? Would that change how you had to group things? that alter any family, genus, species, groups that you currently have.
When you get this old, you experience a lot of stuff. Your beard's looking a little, skittish. I don't see any flannel. Unless that chip pops
Alright, I'm gonna ask you guys to start putting your things back in the folder for ahead of time for today. Your homework assignment is to think about how different groups have classified things differently, and why would biologists go through the trouble of making taxonomies if people are going to want to do them differently and there's different ways to do it. Okay, so that's your homework assignment for tonight. Okay, so teacher off, my strategy was levels of questioning, and it's done by Bloom's taxonomy. So there are 6 levels of questioning, and he has it designed from the lowest level of thinking to the most complex. So you start with the knowledge question, which was what was taxonomy, and then there's comprehension, that was applying it to putting this together, and then went ahead and compared and contrast. For your analysis and synthesis was how is this going to change if I give you new things, and then evaluation would be your homework assignment to think about why biologists go through this process, and then you can apply this for tests. So you could use these questions as a test-taking strategy or any form of assessment. It doesn't have to be a test. Or you could do it in any class, use an activity, a reading assignment. It's a pretty versatile strategy.
And ladies and gentlemen,